Alright, this is Will Platt from CareerCheatCode.com. Career Cheat Code, what we do on this website is we try to help people understand what industries are going to grow the fastest over the next decade, and then figure out what their strengths are, what their interests are, and if those strengths and interests are aligned with some of the industries that are growing the fastest. And if they are, then we help you figure out the path that is needed in order to get into that industry, whether it be school or majors or whatever else it is. So we just try to help people understand which industries are growing and shrinking the fastest in America, and then how you can take advantage of those that are growing. What I want to talk to you today is about networking. Networking is it's an interesting skill, as someone who has built his business off of this skill, what I can tell you is that there's definitely some do's and don'ts when it comes to networking and being an effective at growing your network, growing your circle of business contacts. What is networking? Networking is going out and meeting people and creating a favorable impression, understanding what it is that they do, understanding how it is that you can help them, and then also providing, in a sense, an obligation for them to help you by going out of your way to help them as much as possible. One of the first don'ts that I guess I can impress upon you is the over-aggressive person, the person who comes out and automatically wants to start referring clients or referring wants things from you immediately, wants you to buy something right away. Any of these sorts of things is really a turnoff. A true networker is going out there trying to understand what the other person does, is not self-interested at all. Wants to understand what the other person does, how they can help that other person further their education, their career, or whatever else it is, and just trying to be a resource to that person. Even if you can't personally help the other person, if you can help, if you know somebody else who can help that person and you just connect them, that creates a sense of good feeling toward you, which might not be repaid the next week or the next month or even that year. But at some point in time down the line, that will be a help. It will come back, and it doesn't come back in every single situation. But if you do it enough times, it will come back to have a positive influence in your life. So when you go out into these networking functions, when you go to these parties or anything else, and you're meeting people, what you really want to try to do when you meet someone is understand exactly what it is that they do, and try to figure out. Try to understand what it is that they do as best as you can, and then try to see if there's any way that you can be of help to that person, or if you know someone else who could be of help to that person. Do not try to ask for favors or ask for introductions or be overly aggressive, and be prepared for them to politely decline. What you just want to do is create that favorable impression, so when they think of you, they're going to think good thoughts, and they'll want to take a follow-up phone call or follow-up email, they'll respond to, and all those other things. Okay, the next is sort of the aimless person, the person who networks sort of just to network. They just want to have drinks with you just because they want to have drinks with you. They want to have dinner just because they want to have dinner. They want to have conversations just because they want to have conversation. There should be a point to every conversation that you have with somebody. And you need to, and it shouldn't be so direct that you start the conversation with, I'd like to sit down with you and do this, this, and that. It shouldn't be like that. But it should just be sort of natural. Get to know the person. But at the end of the day, you need to have in your own mind an agenda of what it is that you want to accomplish, what kinds of people you want to meet, and why you want to meet those people. And be prepared to be able to explain that to people if you're asked. So in other words, if I'm meeting you and I own a business and you're a vendor, for instance, and we meet and we find out that we both like the same sports, we live in the same neighborhood, we have just general conversation. At the end of the day, what you don't want to do is leave it with, okay, that's really nice, we like the same sports, we live in the same neighborhood, let's stay in touch, let's grab a drink. I don't want to grab a drink with you. What you instead, we're not trying to be friends. What we're trying to do is what you should do is the conversation should eventually turn into, what do you do, what do I do, and then again, throw the questions out back to the other person. How can I? What are you doing well in your business? What are you struggling with? How are you trying to spread your business? What kind of challenges are you facing? And see if you can connect that person with someone else, or if you can help them directly yourself, it's even better. And then at the end of the day, well, inevitably the question is going to come back to you, and it probably will. But if it doesn't, don't even bring it up. Just try to help that person, and eventually, months or weeks down the road, you can go back and ask this question. But what you can do is just go back and say, well, listen, if you are asked, I sell printers for XYZ company, and actually work with businesses just like you, or this is the profile of the business that we're looking for. This is just one example of a network. It could be at an education, at a career service center. And you're just talking about, more just random stuff about what your major is and what industries you're trying to climb into. But at the end of the day, you want to try to say, these are the type of people I'm trying to meet, and this is the purpose, and this is what I'm trying to do. But then throw the attention back to the other person. If you continuously do this, then you will be an effective network, and you will get further in your education and your career advances. I hope that was helpful. Again, visit our site, careercheatcode.com, careercheatcode.com, where we help you figure out the cheat code to what industries are growing the fastest and how you can jump into those. And it's all a free resource, and it's available online, careercheatcode.com. Please visit us. Thanks.